What is happening? Oh, that went crazy.
What is happening?
I don't know what's happening there. Well, we have new people in the control room, so that's going to happen. Guys, welcome. It's the Drops. It's 12:30. It's Thursday. We're back at full strength. Quinn Bishop is here. I'm here. We missed you last week, man.
Hey,
I'm glad you're back.
I'm glad to be back.
Looking good, as
Thank
always.
you.
Looking
Thank
stylish.
You.
All right, so, Emmy Lou, it's hi from Katie already. Let's jump right into it. All right, let's talk music, man, because you've got
we got a whole bunch
there's
of
a truckload.
And we're starting to see the first, spring is always a big release season, and there's stuff kind of coming early to beat. There's a backlog of releases, so here we go. Last week we weren't here. The new Weekend album came out, Dawn FM. And musically, I think this has been out for a little while digitally, but the CD is available.
Getting great reviews.
Getting great reviews. He's a superstar. I like to hear it because it's, it's so, that classic Prince, Michael Jackson inspired stuff. It's just great to hear soulful pop music and
put it on the groove.
Does it well. And if you buy the record at Cactus, we have quite a few of these. We still we have autographed copies. This is the insert that comes in the Weekend album, so you can get your autographed copy here at Cactus.
Love it.
We have one more.
Layla Casey says, howdy from Harker Heights.
Right
on. Shout out.
I didn't know there was a Parker Heights.
I don't know. Harker. It said Harker Heights.
Harker
Monica
Heights?
Booker, hi from Idea Spears. Okay.
All
Shout out. What's up?
Cool.
Alan says, hey. I'm saying hey back to you, brother.
Hey.
Hey.
Next up, there's a new. This is one that came out last week as well. Little Baby and Little Dirk, Voice of the Heroes. This is their, Little Dirk's from Chicago and Little Baby's from Atlanta. They got together and made a hip hop record, which by all accounts accurately sums
I love it.
What the two of them do together, and it's getting good reviews. So some new hip hop on the record there. I think our big record of this week is going to be Mitsuki. And for people that aren't familiar with her, she is a female artist. It's her 6th album on the Dead Oceans label. The new one is, and this is very intense and say female punk-inspired folk stuff. Her records have previous 2 or 3 have been very, very popular, and she has a very loyal fan base.
I want to check
this one out. Is going to be well received. The cover art's fantastic.
Yeah, it really is cool.
And she did this thing which you don't really see that much anymore. For the CD, there's like 5 different covers that kind of piece together.
Oh, nice. Right.
But this is going to be a record you're going to be hearing a lot more about. Artists you're going to be hearing more about. And
Mitsuki.
Yeah. So there
Put
you
it
go.
down, man.
There you go.
Put it down on your list.
Next up, we're keeping our indie rock groove going on here. There's a new record by the Animal Collective. This record is called Time Skiffs.
Cool.
For people that aren't familiar with them, I would describe them as a very experimental Beach Boys inspired pop, flowery pop thing. It kind of psychedelic. It goes in a bunch of different directions.
It goes in a bunch of different directions, yeah.
Avatare and Panda Bear are important members of the band, along with other people.
It's been a minute since they put something out there,
They're
right?
a collective. This is the first record in 5 years.
Right, yeah.
And I haven't previewed any of the music. We're going to find out what we get out of that. But for modern era psych, they're one of the bands that people look.
Some just popped up in my. I was listening to just shuffle on my iTunes, and it just came up. Something from earlier from them came up, and I was like, God, I haven't heard this in a while.
Yeah, no.
Good, cool band though.
Cool band. And this is kind of one of the surprise releases of the year. I think this was actually planned for last year, but it came out this year. This is a duets record. Bill Callahan and Bonnie Prince Billy, who are 2 of the most, I think, unusual folk artists of the modern era. I say folk, they're acoustic inspired stuff, but both great writers, very unique voices.
Right.
I would say kind of Leonard Cohen inspired. And this is a covers record. So they do like Deacon Blues. They do Hank Jr.'s OD in Denver, which is super bizarre. Bunch of great songs. There's quite a few guests on there. Getting good reviews. It's they have a very kind of narrow fan base based on their voices, and this one's kind of shows them to have a good sense of humor.
I want to hear the Lost in Love cover.
There you go, the Air Supply.
That's amazing.
Hook you up. You had me at Air Supply.
Was that Air Supply?
Yeah,
it was. Okay, I don't know. Diane Elizabeth Collette says, "Hi, Channel View. Hi, Channel View.
Hi, Channel View.
Hello, Channel View."
Hello, Channel View.
Hello, Channel View.
We're having too much fun here.
Like, we're in LaPorte. Okay. I'm in LaPorte.
That's the port. Next up, we have the Fruit Bats. They have a house, what I like to call house playing record. It is outtakes, covers, stuff that has. You usually see these records as a contractual obligation.
Yes.
I don't know that that's what this is this time around, but it's slow growers, sleeper hits, and lost songs. And it's a 2 LP set of stuff that didn't make their LPs as 20-year retrospective, so they were way overdue. Very cool band, jangly pop, 60s inspired guy that has a cool voice. I think it's kind of, not to lump them in with them, but Death Cab for Cutie kind of rings a bell as far as a good point of reference for them. As many of the other records, as all the records we've talked about so far, they're all available on Indie Store exclusive colored vinyl. This one is pink and violet swirl vinyl.
I love it, man.
Kind of matching the album.
All right, we got to say hi to some folks.
All right.
Deanna Kent Ling. She says, I love seeing some vinyl. Who do we have here? Susan Shrum Marshall. Saying hello. Teresa Soto. Jordan Alexander. Hey, man, you guys hit the share button. Thanks for being with us. Hit the share button.
Thank you.
All right, cool.
Next up,
Awesome.
artist that we've been talking about several times on the show because he released a solo acoustic live record last year, but this is full band record, St. Paul and the Broken Bones, The Alien Coast, for modern soul, postmodern soul. He's really kind of tough with people. He's really great, tremendous live performer, and this is his brand new record. And once again, this is on
love the cover.
Gold Nugget limited edition. He's going to go gold with this record.
I love it.
At least that one will. Yeah,
I love it.
He's cool. Check him out. Next up, keeping the indie rock alive here on the drop. Hippocampus. You hip with these guys?
Interesting band.
They're great. I mean, cool band. I remember this is their third LP. They played the store, and they made a bunch of EPs. They had an EP out, and the full length was about to come out. And they played the store, and just like everybody was like, who are these guys?
Right.
They were great. They were absolutely phenomenal. Their career has taken off through playing festivals. They're a great festival band to get people in the mood for a day of music. And this is their third record. It's also on, it's some kind of colored vinyl, which it defies my ability to read. Oh, here we go. No, it doesn't say.
Who knows? You got to buy it to find out.
You got to buy it to find out. But cool band. Check them out. They've got a bunch of EPs, great singles. They've had a lot of music, I think, featured in commercials and television programs.
Which is always good for the brand.
Oh, and I've had to throw in this one for you. There is a new King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Now here's the
it's been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks. So this is sometimes we leave out records by them because there's almost a record every week.
Sure.
A lot of times live records. But I love this thing. Another house cleaning record.
Right.
If you didn't get enough from all the albums that they release, like every other month, this is the outtakes and demos. These are the demos.
Oh, I love these guys.
It's their official bootleg. To their club, their fan club is the Fuzz Club.
So how many of like these are printed? Like what is this, like a run of how many? What do you think?
They do. So the crazy thing is we actually source imports of some of that stuff because they'll do for Australia, they might do 500 of one color variant. They might do 1,000 for Europe. And so we try to source all this because they do have very loyal fans. And this is probably like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 pieces. But there's always a regular.
Because I'm wondering, they obviously have a ton of material. There's obviously a storage locker filled with, Prince was lazy compared to these guys.
It is remarkable.
But I'm like, I want to know what the thought process at King Gizzard headquarters, like with the calendar, when they're putting stuff up, when the next record's coming out, what are we going to do with all these demos? Go get those tapes that are in the glove compartment.
I think the mindset at Gizzard Central is let the product flow. Even give the people what they want.
It's like a broken pipe.
It's almost like they're not sure how long it's going to last, so they're just like, let's just keep going.
Oh God, ride that rented mule till it drops.
Okay, next up we have Kate Lamont. For viewers who aren't familiar with her, she has a fantastic voice. She's a Welsh recording artist. I think traditionally
I don't know her.
associated with big international artists, but I mean, not a household name by any stretch, but she's a very almost operatic voice at times, very singular voice. I would consider her a folk artist, but this record is supposed to have synths and let me see if I can read this off the sticker.
Is that her on the cover?
Yeah, it could be. I
It's
don't
very
know.
serious.
Yeah, she's always made up really kooky, crazy.
Very intense.
So this is has synth sax and bass lines inspired by 1980s Japanese city pop, which is a new thing, which I'm not sure. It's like 80s music from Japan that's like this really, really clean, makes AHA sound like they have an edge.
Wow.
Yeah, and so it's just kind of emulating that.
Okay,
So
all
I'm
right.
curious how this
Kate
record
Lamont,
sounds.
ladies and gentlemen. Pompeii.
And one of your favorites, PJ Harvey. This closes out the
Paula Jean.
Paula Jean. This closes out the release of all the demos that they've done for all her records. So they've reissued Let England Shake, which is a fantastic record, topped all the lists the year it came out. These are the demos from that record, and they've done this for every one of her releases, and no reason why this shouldn't be great. She's terrific.
Love her.
Terrific recording artist.
Love her, love her, love her.
I don't think we've talked about this kind of drop
yes,
before.
sir.
Eric Gales.
Yes,
Eric
sir.
Gales is awesome, and you know,
Brilliant guitarist.
And I think people that are into the blues are really kind of have this who's going to fill their shoes mentality. Like, okay, who's, you know, so many of the greats have passed. So many of them are really ancient. Like, who's going to be great that's going to be around for a while? And Eric Gales, even though he's older now, but he was a child prodigy. His older brother's Little Jimmy King. You know, he's from Memphis. Been a fantastic player, but because he started when he was so young, I think a lot of his greatness was diluted with producers having the vision.
Well, he talks. He's talked very openly about, you know, his. He basically took the off ramp to drugs and alcohol, and he's like, if I hadn't wasted all that time, because he's been sober now for quite a while. He talks about that, you know, he goes, there's no telling. I mean, I know that there's no telling. And he's not being like cocky about it or anything. He's like, I know that I could have been so much more.
Yeah,
you know,
he's really
he's happy what he's doing, obviously, but and there's a lot of people that
you got on the way.
And I love the picture too, man. He's
the
just like, that's cool. So cool. That is
it
cool.
Is cool. Now it's called The Crown, and by all accounts, getting great reviews.
If you love super tasty guitar solos, you need to check this dude out.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Next up, Bastille. They have sold, you know, a pop group. They have sold. English group. They have sold millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of records. This is the latest one. Available on vinyl, and I think this is the limited vinyl edition. Doesn't state the color, but you know, cool band.
Yep.
I like that they use the triangle as the A in Bastille. It's you know, clever design
kids.
work. So have you heard this band? This Black Country English band. Really intense.
No,
like
and
funk inspired.
Yeah.
Their record that broke through last year was, I mean, it was a big deal. It topped like all the year-end charts.
I think that a couple of words in band names should have been retired 20 years ago, like Dead, Black, a couple of others out there that it's like.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. These guys, if you like your angular guitar, bass, punk rock stuff. Intense. These guys are. The guy's got a really kooky voice. On Ninja Tune.
Sounds like.
I think there's I could hear like a Gang of Four thing kind of going on. The voice and voice is really kind of that droll but kind of screechy.
Well, name aside, I'm interested. I'd like to hear this.
There you go. You're going to give him a pass on the whole Black Country thing.
Absolutely.
All right, we're getting heavy. Look out. There's a new Sun release, and this is like a BBC thing, live on the invitation of Marianne Hobbs, who I guess is one of the producers of the BBC, and this is one of her fave bands. And so at her invitation, they did a BBC session. Yeah. And I mean, as heavy as it gets, right?
Low and very slow.
Slow.
Yeah.
And
This
heavy.
basically, if you put a microphone under the crust of the earth, it's what the continents sound like as they drift apart.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Just telling you.
Quote you
There's
on
a
that.
wonderful interview with I forget the main man who's basically the band. And he kind of he's like talking to like a class, like music students or something, and he's talking about the how his style of music and what it is and stuff like that, and how he came up with the whole thing. It's pretty fascinating stuff.
Right on.
All
Cool.
right.
Yeah, their fans will be excited.
Yes.
There's a new Korn album. It is called Requiem, with covers in keeping with their previous album art. It's pretty kooky, pretty odd. They have. There's also in addition to being a limited edition indie store exclusive clear vinyl. There's also the CD has alternate cover art. So if you buy it at an independent record store, you get alternate cover art. They have a very loyal fan base. It's funny because now you have to think of these modern heavy bands as being like the new classic rock because they've been around for that long. You know, 20 years is classic. Or,
yes,
25 years classic, right?
Sure.
Is that how they define it? I think you like these guys, right? High on Fire.
Yes.
I knew you were High on Fire. This is our album from 2012. Finally getting a vinyl reissue. Fits CD era, so it has to fit on 2 LPs. But these guys are awesome.
Yeah. I saw them. I saw them at Carbach.
Oh, that's right.
They
played
Foamhenge.
Foamhenge. Was that like
it was
the
a
4th
very
of July or something?
no,
like
I don't know when it was, but it was in the summer. But it was it was an eclectic lineup. It was Pat Travers, High on Fire, except and Ace Frehley closed it out.
Yeah, because we were in Chicago when that was going on.
But it was a Sunday night, so I got there. I saw all of High on Fire. I saw some of Accept, and then I had to go home because I get up at 4.
I was gonna say the Crow calls pretty early around your place.
Yeah, they're a fun band.
Yeah, totally cool and rocking. We have a couple of classic rock records. There's been a series of half-speed mastered editions for the McCartney records.
What's a half-speed master?
So that is where the lathe that actually cuts the plating that makes the records.
Yeah.
They do it at a half speed, so it picks up every nuance in that.
Interesting.
So, and so they're doing that for all the McCartney records. Oh, yeah, I could have just read the thing in here. This record was pressed from a master cut using a precision technique known as half-speed mastering. The procedure requires the source master and the cutting lathe to run at half speed on a specially adapted Newman BMS-80 lathe.
That's what you just said.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, this is not regarded as one of his best works.
Yeah, this is not
no hit.
This is not the household.
Bop was the single. It is cover of Love Is Strange, but the completists are going to want the audiophile edition of it, and I believe that's the second Wings record, which he quickly rebounded from this with Band on the Run.
Sure.
So there you go. Slade.
Yes.
Slade Alive. Pretty much an exclusively. This is what is this? This
when it was
is
recorded,
72.
72. Yeah.
72. So for those that don't know Slade, pretty much almost exclusively an English phenomenon.
Uh-huh.
They were monstrously huge in the UK
Yeah.
until they ended up having a hit during the hair band era in the 80s here. But they were remarkably popular. And I think they're as known for their bad haircuts as much as their for anybody that just wants to see some bad rock and roll haircuts.
Limited edition splatter vinyl.
Yeah, splattered. And that's in the 70s, a lot of bands released live albums because it would be a de facto greatest hits. Perfect. Would be you didn't want to put out a greatest hits and kill your catalog stuff, so you do a live album that's got all the songs everybody knows on it. And I think that
and I like that.
Space. Yeah, I think it's cool too.
I like that.
And of course, as we know, many of the 70s live albums weren't actually live.
Now we know.
Now we know. The truth can be told.
We were all in. This is interesting. This is interesting.
So there is a new anime version of Blade Runner Japanese American production, and this is the soundtrack from that. Obviously, that film is, cult film, top of the mark. Artwork on this
I did
is
not
fantastic.
know there was an animated version.
Yeah, I think it's a Netflix partnership, but and this is on a limited edition pink vinyl. Artwork is super cool. I haven't seen it until I knew that it was out there, but I'm a big fan of the original film. I would like to check it out.
Black Lotus.
So new music from that, and people are excited about it. We've done well with that.
So, in case you're wondering, little G-Eazy on here. Tori Kelly, Alessia Cara. Interesting.
So it's got some star powers, not
Right.
just score music.
Yeah, cool.
Another soundtrack, again, finally on LP, The French Dispatch. As with all Wes Anderson's films, the music is such a big part of the filmmaking there and the memories made when you're watching those films. And Jarvis Cocker from Pulp plays a big part on this. So that's finally on vinyl. People are looking for that.
I got it.
We've talked before about the Start Your Ear Off Right. This is the final release in Start Your Ear Off Right, and they end it with the Grateful Dead, the original band with the Dead in the title. So they get away with it. Right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
This is from March 1st. It's from the Fillmore West. What year is this? 1969. So this is definitely the heyday from these guys. 3 LPs. They close with Hey Jude, which is interesting. Yeah. Limited edition of 9,000 on colored vinyl. Those will be gone quickly.
Oh, absolutely. People don't want it right now.
Yep. And finally on vinyl, Davey Knowles. I think we talked about him when the CD came out.
Yep.
On the drop, Australian guitar virtuoso guy, tremendous musician, and this is finally on vinyl.
I want to say Isle of Man.
Oh, is that right?
I believe so.
Could be.
I interviewed him on his first tour, his first time in Texas. He played in Austin. We did
an in-store with him. I think it's probably second because his record.
Yeah.
That what's the band? That record was independently released.
Yeah, it was. He wasn't just Davey Knowles. It was the band.
Right.
And I can't remember what they were called.
And as often happens with very hip guitar players, they eclipse the.
Yeah, and I think it was like his brother on drums.
Yeah.
and a different bass
He was
player.
young. He was really
I
young.
saw them in a little tent across the street from the Austin Convention Center in that little park.
Oh, yeah.
There was like a little grassy area, and they put a tent up, and it was the weirdest. I guess it wasn't a weird build. It was Davey and his band, British Sea Power.
Oh yeah. Oh, I might have been there. I love British Sea Power.
And that little teeny tiny blonde girl that had that one hit, big voice, huge voice. She had a Carrie. I mean, she was a thing for a minute.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to fill that out by the time we figure it out.
And I've got a, but her sound was it was like a 60s almost girl group sound, but it was a modern R&B-ish thing.
Sounds good to me.
God. Well, anyway,
we're
losing viewers. We're losing viewers. Sorry, guys. Apologies all around.
Okay, we're going to talk about 2 jazz records, and of course, there's always a Blue Note reissue.
Yes, sir.
This is Stanley Turrentine, his album Rough and Tumble, which features Blue Mitchell, Pepper Adams, Grant Green, McCoy Tyner. I mean, and it's part of the Tone Poet series where it's the packaging is expanded to be a Teflon jacket with a gatefold. These are the jewels in Blue Note's crown, so they. By all accounts, the mastering and the sound quality on these records,
love it.
Never been better. And then we have a new jazz record that is. I got to hear this thing. Eliane Elias is a Brazilian piano player.
Yeah,
very well known, and she is partnered. She wanted to do a duets record, piano duets.
Right. And
so she got Chick Corea and Chucho Valdez, 2 absolutely brilliant ceiling of artistry with regards to pianists. There's a side with each of them, and
This is cool.
Yeah, it's cool, man. And
Really
she's
cool.
fantastic on her own. And to pull in, I love Chucho Valdez. To pull both of them in.
I don't know much
is
about
cool.
Chucho.
Oh, he's a great player. I saw him once he played the International Festival here some years ago.
Huh.
And he's kind of one of, he's started with the hipster jazz like record store guys with all that. But now he's big chicks. A little bitty record. This actually came out a while back, but we only just got it in. It's the Glitch Mob remix of Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes.
Interesting.
And this is the version that you hear when if you're watching British soccer on television.
Right.
This is the version you're hearing.
Interesting.
And if you're like, it's not the album version.
Right.
What is that?
Yeah.
It's wild that it's taken this long to get a physical piece out on that, but it's cool. And that's on we have a limited edition colored variant of that as well. But I think it originally came out as in August. A lot of the Third Man stuff,
Right. I was just about to say.
It comes out super limited, and then stores don't get it later. What will you have it if you're looking for it?
This is
And
crazy.
other stores probably
This is
have
crazy.
it now too.
So cool.
Hey, we're going to end up with a guy that always comes up on this call.
Yeah.
Super great. The license has changed with his estate. It seems odd to me, but all of Prince's catalog has left Warner Brothers except for Purple Rain because it's tied to the film.
Right.
And a lot of these records have not been available in quite a while because the license was going to time out, and when that happens, you can't sell anymore. So they weren't going to make a bunch to be scrapped. So see if I can fan these out. So right now, or tomorrow,
We kind of got to go through them though.
tomorrow. Yeah, you want to do that?
I think so. I think so.
All of Prince the classic Prince catalog through Sign of the Times is available again on vinyl and CD.
So first Prince album I ever bought.
That's Ben, you were way ahead.
And I went to the store to get it because MTV played the video for I Want to Be Your Lover.
Oh yeah, which is
And I
great.
saw it and went to the mall, to whatever that record store in the mall in Sharpstown Mall used to be, and I bought this record.
Disc
It was in the mall. I think it was like on the second floor or whatever.
Yeah.
God, this record is nuts.
Yeah, it's great. And and it's just to aspiring musicians.
Yeah.
The word got around this. Like, man, that guy plays everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It was a marvel, really.
Yeah. I mean, it went from Why You Want to Treat Me So Bad to like Bambi. It was like it was like getting smacked in the face. So good. That's a good one. That's a good one. Then of course.
I think that's one of his best album covers.
Oh,
ever.
yeah,
It's
dude.
so great with the
for
bed
sure. It's all
springs in the
good.
background.
It's all good.
I remember.
And there was a lot of like, what's this? What kind of look? What's he going for here?
Oh yeah, totally. And to the fact that I knew so many. I had a bunch of different friends that were into him, and it was like, new wave fans were into it. Hard rockers were into it. Obviously, soul music fans were into it. It was. That's my favorite record.
Yeah,
I like it just because it's expansive. It goes to a bunch of different places.
Yeah,
and,
cool. I don't know it that well.
Oh, it's time to get back, and that's undeniable. I like that they went with the foil cover.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's really
so
cool.
it's really shiny.
Beautiful.
I mean, tons of hits on there. We talked about that when we the MTV, how important Little Red Corvette,
Sure. Yeah, of course.
And all those tracks. It's that thing is like all hits. For ya.
Uh-huh. And of course,
I love Controversy. And Purple Rain, I think, is
awesome
on
stuff.
the truck somewhere. So we'll be here by tomorrow.
That was chock full of hits, people.
I know, man.
You got everything you wanted out of this little show, y'all. So let's see if we missed anybody. I think we had. I don't know if she's still on. Delia was on earlier. Armando, watching from New York. What's up? Always good when the family checks in. Teresa Soto, I think we shouted you out. I think that's it. All right, cool.
I love it. People paying attention to what we're doing.
What's coming up? What's happening? What's on the horizon for next week? More good stuff?
Yeah, there's a bunch of records coming out. We've kind of touched on them recently. I think the big one next week for us is going to be the Krungband.
Oh yeah.
The Texas Moon.
Yeah,
on Bridges.
and they just announced a slew of dates.
Yeah.
So,
Just in time for us to do all the refunds on the tickets for the New Year's Eve show.
sure,
Here's
this
the new
business
show.
it looks glamorous, but when you get into it,
It's fraught with
Yeah.
complexity.
the complexity. All right, man, we're gonna get out of here. Be sure you are following at Cactus Music on the internets. If you don't, get in your car, take an Uber, come down here, do some shopping, see the sites, talk to the team, our incredible production team that make this happen. All the hardworking men and women behind the scenes. I mean, got to shout it out. Lighting, hair and makeup, audio. All you guys are killing it. Peace, love, and
Peace. We'll be
soul.
looking
We will
for you.
see you next time. Bye bye.